What's up, guys? We are live at 10:17, a little bit late today. Just got done firming up that we are going to have Rafael Esparza, I believe is how you say it. He is a odds maker with mybookie.com. He does some spots on ESPN, and he's going to be on the podcast on Monday, so very excited to have him on. And we are going to talk today's games. Is there any games that anybody wants me to talk about first before I get going, since I see that there's a couple people watching already? Um, Let me know in the comment section, and I'll go over those games first. So yeah, if not, I will just start with baseball. And first game I want to talk about today is the Baltimore and Tampa Bay. We have Asher Wojnarowski, I guess is how you say the guy's name, and Trevor Richards on the mound. Asher he's pretty good on the road. He is not that great of a pitcher overall, though. I never have much confidence in him on the bump. Trevor Richards has been pretty bad. He's got an over 6 ERA the last few games. He's 1-1 against Baltimore with a 5 ERA when he plays against Baltimore. The Baltimore bullpen is slightly below average for baseball. Tampa Bay's bullpen's about average, but a little bit above average at home. In this game, I did like the over in this game, but we do have some. Let's see. Actually, that's a different game, but yeah. So typically, these guys are bad pitchers. It's only 8.5. It's a small. It's a small stadium, so if I was going to lean anywhere in this game, it would be to the over. The next game up is Pittsburgh at the White Sox. This is a game I wouldn't have faith in taking too much. If you would, we have Trevor Williams on the mound and Dallas Keuchel on the mound. Keuchel has been very good this season with a 2.5 ERA at home, so that's very, very good. He's 1-2 at Pittsburgh with a 4.8 WHIP. 4.8 ERA. Geez, 4.8 WHIP. That would be horrible. Pittsburgh's bullpen sucks. So if I was to take a game in this one, I would probably go. Again, this is Pittsburgh at Chicago. I'd probably go to Chicago, but it's so much juice. Unless you took -1.5, it's not really worth your time. The line is 9. Wouldn't really want to touch that line unless you got to the bullpens. So it just kind of depends on how the starters play. If they have good games, then that's probably going to go under. If they have bad games and the bullpen comes out early, then you're probably looking at an over. I know that sounds kind of obvious, but sometimes they go to the bullpen super early, even at 2 points or something. And so, it just kind of depends. The other game I really like is this game is very interesting to me. Kershaw and Gausman, the Dodgers and the San Francisco Giants. Very interesting game. The line is at 8. I think it was at 8.5 before. Kershaw, obviously, you're good at the unders with Kershaw. Gausman, though, has absolutely terrible when he was on the Orioles, but he has been good so far with the Giants. And so it makes me want to take the under just because of how good Gausman has been so far this season. But I want to say Gausman will go back to stinking. The other problem with this game is that both teams can hit it. Well, the Dodgers can hit it, especially against a guy like Gausman. But San Francisco has been averaging over 7 runs a game in their last 7 games. So both of these teams are smashing the ball recently. So even with the good pitching, that's a weird line for me. It almost makes me think. It almost makes me wonder why Vegas didn't put this line at 8.5 or 9 instead of 8, just to see what kind of action that they could get on the under. Because there's very possibility that we could see a lot of runs in this game. I'm not going to go too long today. We will have a guest tomorrow. Just wanted to talk about a few of these games today. The next one is the Oakland Athletics and Texas. This is a game I do like a lot today. Fires has not been good this year. Colby Allred has not been good really ever. So you're looking at a game that looks like an over game. The problem is, this new Texas stadium is really weird. The way it's the way it's mapped out, the way it's built, and it's supposed to be a hitting stadium, but it's really not. I think the odds makers still think it's a very good stadium to hit in, but it's really not a good stadium to hit in. So, and Texas hasn't hit the ball very well. We are looking at 2 bad pitchers here, or at least bad so far on the year. Fires and Allard both have been bad so far this year. But again, that Texas stadium, it's just weird how it's built, and even Texas doesn't hit that well there. And it's supposed to be a hitter stadium, but it's really not. So I do like the over in this game, but I think the best pick in this game right here is I like Oakland minus the 1.5 in this game. You can get the minus 1.5 at even money. And I really like, in fact, you know what? I'll just tell you guys, I put money on Oakland minus 1.5 in this game. So there's a free pick for you guys for listening. So yeah, Oakland and Texas. I also like the over. If you want to take the over, I do like it, but I don't like it at the same time. Texas, I mean, they just don't hit good in that stadium, and Texas isn't hitting good all year. Their past 7 games, they hit 3 runs a game. So Oakland's bullpen is phenomenal, one of the best bullpens in the league. Texas, is not a great bullpen, but it's definitely not, it's bottom third of the league. I wouldn't say it's half, it's probably bottom third, somewhere around there. But again, they're better at home, so that makes them around halfway, around, middle of the pack at home for their bullpen. Yeah, so I mean, even if these guys, let's say this game was, 3-2 in the first 5 innings, and they took their starters out in the 6th, you got to the bullpen, you might be worse off for the over because the bullpen is probably better than these starting pitchers right now. So you're looking, oh, okay, I'm looking good. I got 5 points. They're going to the bullpen early, but you actually might not be good. So it's a curious game for me, but I would take Oakland minus 1.5 in that for even money. The next game we have is again, I don't want to go over too many games today since it's just me and there's no guests today. We can go. Okay, here's one we can go over: the Colorado and Arizona game. This is a very interesting game. John Gray and Robbie Ray, both absolute garbage. I mean, you're talking bottom of the league starting pitchers this year. Both pitchers that have been good in the past, even aces really in the past. This year, I don't know if they just fell off or what, but they are not good this year. Gray's ERA, his last 3 starts are 9.64. when he plays against Arizona, he's over 6 ERA with almost a 2 whip. Absolutely terrible. Ray is, over 5.5 ERA with a 1.7 whip basically against Colorado. So these pitchers don't play good against each other. And they're just terrible pitchers overall. The line is at 10 points. The problem I have with this game is, again, the Diamondback Stadium, if they don't hit it over the fence, it just feels like every ball goes to an out. You just don't get a lot of base hits and doubles, and certainly not doubles. You don't get a lot of doubles and triples in that stadium. Colorado also has been down their last 7 games, only averaging about 4. They're only averaging 3.5 on the road, but that's, again, because it's so much easier to hit in Colorado. Their ERAs, they have one of the best ERAs for their bullpen in the league on the road. But Arizona, here's where the conundrum really comes in. Arizona's past 7 games only allowing 1.7 runs a game. They're not even getting 2 runs a game over their last 7. So their hitters have completely lost confidence. Not just one of them, but all of them. None of them. No one in that lineup is hitting right now. They are averaging almost 5 on the season. Or actually, no, they're averaging 4 runs a game on the season. Their bullpen is good at home. And I don't know, this is another one where I see like first five innings, you might see 6 or 7 points. They put their bullpens in, and that might be all the points you get. So, you might be looking good by the 6th inning in this game, and then no points in the 6th, none in the 7th, none in the 8th, none in the 9th, and you're going, what happened? I thought this was an easy over. So this is a very interesting spot for me here. Personally, I think the play is the under on this game. The line's at 10. Again, this is not in Colorado. This is at the Diamondbacks. Yeah, I mean, personally, if you're line reading this game, if you're trying to read what Vegas is telling you about this line, I think what it's trying to tell you is this game's going under. It's going to go, maybe take an over bet first 5 innings, and maybe take an under bet on the whole game in this particular game. I think that might be the way to go in that game. Other than that, I'd probably stay away from it. I did want to, let's see, do I want to talk some hockey today? Okay, we can talk about this game here. Colorado Avalanche and Dallas. So Dallas is a slight underdog in this game. Sorry about that. Dallas is a slight underdog in this hockey game. Dallas Stars. But again, I like Colorado in this game. The over-under is 5.5. Dallas has a pretty stout defense. Let me just see what this... It's not giving me the line here, so I'm going to look at it on my phone here real quick. Okay, so Colorado's minus 143. The Stars lead the series 2-0. So I think this is a good spot. I don't think the Avalanche are going to go down 3-0 in this one. So, if you're going to take this game, I think an over might be a pretty good bet in this game, over 5.5 goals. And I do like Colorado. I don't like the juice at 143, but I think you could actually even take Colorado puck line -1.5 if you wanted to. So that's a good one. Let's talk some NBA here. Not what I wanted to click on. Okay. Oh, that's right. It doesn't have. Okay. For whatever reason, it's not showing me NBA on this site that I'm looking at. But I did want to talk about some NBA. We've got Milwaukee, Orlando. Milwaukee's up 3-1, 14-point favorites. What I would probably do with this game is in play it. So what I would probably do is wait till, hopefully there's a point in the game, whether it's early on in the game, first half, maybe even third quarter or something, where the Magic get a small lead. Or maybe wait till halftime. Maybe the Magic will be close or up or something, and you can get better. If you in play it, you might be able to get better than 14 points. So that's kind of a risk, kind of a gamble that Orlando's gonna be close early on or have an early lead or something, and you can get a better point spread. But I think it's worth taking. If you're gonna take this game, I would in play it once you got to that point. Houston, Oklahoma Thunder. Series is tied at 2, but I think I don't see a problem with the Rockets covering this game -4. I think that the Rockets will, I think that the Rockets will win this game, and I see them probably winning this game by 8 to 12 points. So I think you're good with the Rockets there -4. Lakers lead 3-1. I actually really, really like the Trailblazers +13 in this game. I would take the Trailblazers +13 all day long in this game. So this is another game I'm going to put money on. Trailblazers +13. So there's another free pick for you guys. And that's really all the games I really wanted to go over today. Again, we're going to have Rafael Esparza. He has done some things on ESPN. He works for my bookie. Just an awesome guy. He's going to talk odds making and sports betting with us. Tomorrow we have Elite Picks on the show tomorrow. That will be awesome. So check that out. You'll get to know him and be able to check him out. He's going to give out a free pick, so that's going to be awesome. So go ahead and check for that tomorrow. And as always, guys, let's make some money. Let's have some fun doing it.